Advisory Council approves drafts of Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Redress Amendment Ordinance 2025. Proposal to establish new embassy in Bern gets nod. Trial against fugitive Sheikh Hasina and 12 others on disappearance and torture case in joint interrogation cell begins. Physical condition of Begum Khaleda Zia still stable, responding to treatment, says Dr. Ezadem Zahid. Election Commission directs to ensure security of returning officers and assistant returning officers across the country, centering upcoming elections. Foreign Ministry briefs foreign embassies on updated preparations and security measures for the 13th National Parliamentary Election and referendum. Winter storm deteriorates humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Qatar's Prime Minister meets US Foreign Secretary in Washington for ceasefire. And in Ashes series, England are 158 runs behind Australia after second day of Adelaide Test. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tuli Komolika Das, welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights. Now let's move on to the details. The government today approved the drafts of Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Redress Amendment Ordinance 2025 and Bangladesh Haor and Wetland Conservation Ordinance 2025 and a proposal to establish a new embassy in Bern, Switzerland. The Council of Advisors today gave the approval at its weekly meeting at the Chief Advisor's office with Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus in the chair. The Council approved the Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Redress Amendment Ordinance 2025 with a provision that if a disappeared person remains missing for at least 5 years and does not return alive, the tribunal will be able to officially declare the person as disappeared. Under the ordinance, the government will be able to appoint the required number of public prosecutors for the Enforced Disappearance Prevention and Redress Tribunal based on recommendations from the National Human Rights Commission. Victims or complaints will also be allowed to appoint lawyers to the tribunal at their own initiative. The Council of Advisors also gave approval to the draft of the Bangladesh Haor and Ecosystems of Haor and Wetland Areas. It includes provisions for declaring protected Haor and wetland areas to ensure their conservation. The ordinance also grants authority to formulate rules, regulations and guidelines to ensure coordination with other authorities or agencies, involvement of local stakeholders and their inclusion in conservation activities where necessary. The Council of Advisors approved a proposal to establish a new Bangladesh embassy in Bern, the capital of Switzerland. Since independence, Bangladesh has had a permanent mission in Geneva. Despite most countries having embassies in Bern, Bangladesh did not, and as a result, both United Nations related work and embassy functions had long been handled by the permanent mission in Geneva. The meeting also discussed the health condition of Sharif Usman Hadi, the fearless frontline fighter of the July uprising and spokesperson of the Inkilab Moncho. The meeting was informed that Hadi's condition remains extremely critical, while Singapore's Foreign Minister Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan has been maintaining regular contact with the Chief Advisor to provide updates. The International Crimes Tribunal too has taken charges into cognizance and issued arrest warrants against 7 individuals, including Ubaidul Qadir, AFM Bahauddin Nasim, Muhammad Ali Arafat, Sheikh Fazle Shams Porosh, Mainul Hussein Khan Nikhil, Saddam Hussein and Sheikh Wali Asif Inan on crimes against humanity case committed during the July mass uprising. The 3-member judicial panel of Tribunal 2, led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, passed the order today. The next hearing of the case has been scheduled for December 29th. During the hearing, the prosecution presented the background of allegations of murder, conspiracy and torture against the accused for suppressing the student public movement during the July mass uprising. Later, Chief Prosecutor Tajul Islam briefed journalists, stating that the accused directly led the planning, issuing of instructions and execution of the crackdown on the student public movement during the uprising. Meanwhile, Tribunal 1 has ordered the commencement of trial after framing charges against former and current 11 army officers, including Sheikh Hasina and Tariq Ahmed Siddiq, on allegations of enforced disappearance and torture of 26 individuals at a joint interrogation cell. The three-member judicial panel of Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtuza Majumdar, issued the order today. In this case, the tribunal has fixed January 19 for opening statements and the start of witness testimony. Additionally, at the same tribunal, arguments were presented for the second day in the case on killing 6 people, including student Anas at Chankarpur in the capital. Today, defense lawyers presented their arguments. Earlier on December 14, the prosecution completed its arguments before the tribunal. Following this, the prosecution will present rebuttal arguments. Once this stage is completed, the case will move toward a verdict. There is a possibility that arguments from both sides will be concluded within this month. On the same day, Tribunal 2 recorded testimony of the 25th witness in the case on the killing of Abu Syed, a student of Begum Rokeya University in Rangpur and the first martyr of the July movement. Chief Justice Dr. Said Rifat Ahmed paid a farewell call on President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bongo Bhavan today. During the meeting, the Chief Justice expressed his gratitude to the President for extending cooperation in discharging his duties. He also informed the President about the steps and activities taken during his tenure. The President mentioned the professionalism, dedication and contribution of the outgoing Chief Justice. Chief Justice Rifat Ahmed today said the judiciary of the country functions in accordance with the fundamental rights of citizens and the principles of fairness and justice. Justice Ahmed made the remarks while addressing a function celebrating Bangladesh